Welcome back to the Upper Echelon Podcast, where we keep it real and we keep it jiggy over here. Because why? Because we ain't never ever scared. Hit that like button on your way in. Make sure you hit the notification bell, and also make sure that you are subscribed to both of my channels, y'all. So I'm gonna make sure that I put in towards the end of this live the link to my other channel. This is my original channel. I don't really operate that much on this channel because when this channel initially was out of commission, I created another channel and I started getting way more traffic on that channel. So and this one kind of got out of the algorithm. So I'm going live over here a little bit more often because I'm trying to get back into the algorithm and, you know, build my channel up. You know what I mean? So I have over 3K subs on this channel, and I have over 2K subs on the other channel. So there's a large majority of people that are subscribed to this channel that are not subscribed to my backup channel. So this channel is called Upper Echelon, The Great Debater. That's the name of this channel. The other channel is called Upper Echelon, The Great Debater / Reaction Channel. So there's two different channels, and it can be kind of confusing because I use the same icon for both. I might switch that up so people can, you know the difference or whatever. So anyway, just to let you guys know, if you're not subscribed to my other channel, go ahead and do so for me. If you want to find my other channel, all you have to do is go to the search bar and type in Upper Reloaded in the search bar, and my channel will immediately pop up. Okay. Please hit the like button. I think I said that already, but just in case I didn't, I'm gonna say it again. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and also subscribe to this channel and the other one if you have not subscribed already. Also, if you would like to donate to my channel and support my goal for this month, I posted it on Facebook. That I do have a goal that I'm trying to reach this month. So I'm trying to stay consistent on my channel. And anytime I see something that I want to discuss, I make sure that I go ahead and hit the live button, because oftentimes what I do, or what I have done in the past, is I'll see something I'm really interested in, and then I'll wait and wait and wait. And then by the time I'm ready to discuss it, it's old news. So I'm just trying to jump on things when I see it, when I have the time. Okay. So if you want to monetarily donate to my channel, it's $UPP 1987. Also, I have a goal today for 15 super stickers or super chats. I see somebody already sent me one. Shout out to Honey Williams. Thank you, boo, for helping me get towards my goal. I really appreciate that so much. Let me see who's in the room. Hey, Robin Lots, Honey Williams again. Hey, Sabi, Nita, D-Ham, what's going on, bro? Hey, Lawanda. Hey, Lativia. Hey, K Monet. Hey, Sherrod, Healthcare Hudson, what's going on? Hey, Rosalind. Hey, Blessed Beyond Measure, good morning. Hey, Stormy Black. Hey, Ruby Dixon. Hey, Lachelle. Let's get into the topic, y'all. Today, I kind of wanted to talk about how, I'm getting ready to play. You guys know this situation going on with Ddg'S and Halle Bailey. So, I've been discussing this over the past few days about how Miss Halle Bailey put out a restraining order against Ddg'S and was actually granted that restraining order against Ddg'S. Now, what I've been seeing online lately, and I'm not just talking about this sector, I'm talking about in general, I have been seeing a lot of people defending Ddg'S. And, I think that that's valid to a certain extent because we don't know his side. You know what I mean? So you can't really demonize someone immediately until you know their side. So I totally get that. But what I will say is I feel that I have some valid suspicions that a lot of what Hallie is saying is true. Now, I stated in the last live that I did about this situation on my other channel that, you know, coming out of a saga, the one that we just came out of covering the Latruths, is very difficult to separate. It's very difficult to separate that situation when you're trying to move forward and cover other domestic violence stories. This is what I want to push to everybody, and I think it's so important. Okay, and also, I'm not a fake domestic violence advocate. I'm a real advocate for domestic violence. I'm not just advocating for people because I like their music or because I think that they're pretty or because they have an impressive BBL. Okay, I know a lot of Brianna supporters are doing that. They're not real advocates of domestic violence, and one of the reasons why I was so passionate about that story is because I understand how detrimental and traumatic something like domestic violence can be. So the fact that she used that something so sensitive to try to destroy someone was definitely blog worthy. Okay, and to this day, she still will not speak on or admit that she lied on the truth. So that's the reason I'm going to continue to cover that story. So stay tuned. I'm going to jump back on that, okay, as far as the Latruth saga. But for today, we're going to talk about DDG and Halle Bailey. Now, again, we have to be careful when coming out of that saga, assuming that everybody is lying, assuming that everybody is a bitter baby mama and lying on their spouse because they're not together anymore. I don't think that would be wise. Every woman that gets out of a relationship, that breaks up with someone, is not lying about DV or domestic violence. That's not the case. What I want to do today, though, what's going on, Dimples? Hey, Caramel Cutie. Hey, Sweet Queen, Bridget, Spicy Brown. What I want to do today is kind of look over some facts, okay? Again, I'm not coming on here presenting or showing you guys something that I think, or I'm not giving you my opinion based off of the fact that I'm a fan of Disney or The Little Mermaid. I'm not giving you my opinion based off the fact that I've had a personal experience and I'm projecting my experience onto a story. I'm not coming to you guys with my opinion based off of because I really, really like DDG. I'm taking my personal feelings out of it completely, and I'm talking about what's really happening in the factual evidence. And I want you guys to really think about some things when analyzing this story, because some things just don't make sense, okay, when it comes to DDG. First, before I get into that, I want to show you guys how his family, sister is, and also the mother made a statement as well, but how his sister was hopped her behind online the other day, enabling DDG. Again, we haven't heard his side, but I think that also speaks volumes that we haven't heard his side. Okay, could it be a legal situation for why he can't speak on it or whatever the case is? Could be, but there are other things that he can do to fight the restraining order that he still has not done. And to me, that makes my spidey senses tingle a little bit. Okay, the fact that he didn't do certain things that he could have done to fight those to fight that restraining order for domestic violence. It would behoove him to fight it if he wants to win in a custody battle, because it's not going to look good on him to have a restraining order that he has not contested. Okay, when going into court for a restraining order. So let's go ahead and play a little bit of what DDG's sister said.
Out of being disrespectful towards her or this and this and this, then okay, what the do you want me to say? Do you want me to come up here and apologize? That's not something that I'm gonna do. That's not something that I'm gonna do. And my brother is a good person. I don't want to get mad. If I want to repost some shit on the internet, then I'm going to do that. If y'all want to repost some shit on the internet, then y'all can do that. I don't understand why y'all. I think some people in the world think that content creators are robots and that they don't have a mind and y'all think we just listen to y'all and we move the way y'all want us to move. That's exactly how y'all think in your brain. And that's not how life works. I'm a human being and so is my brother. So it's not Y'all don't know everything, and I'm not going to tell y'all everything. I'm not going to give y'all what y'all want. I'm sorry. It's just not something I can do. I'm not going to sit there and say something that would jeopardize anything of whatever my brother got going on. People say that I'm not a girl's girl, or I don't, or I'm a girl's girl when I choose to be, or this and this and this. But have y'all ever thought, like, Moo is my actual blood brother? Did y'all ever think about that? Did y'all ever think about how much love I could have for my brother? Like, do y'all ever just like sit there and think, if you was in the situation that I'm in right now, if you was in a situation, how the would you go about it? Like, how, like on a serious note, how would you go about it if you were in a situation that I was in?
If I first of all, young lady, you're not in the situation. Let me just say that. You're not in anything. You are his sibling. You don't know what you're talking about. So when she say, if you were in the situation that I was in, what would you do? I would shut up and stay out of it until I figured out the facts, brother, daddy, uncle, whoever, because you don't know what happened. All you know is what your brother told you, but you're not thinking. So really, your your synopsis of what happened is only coming from the lens of your brother, and that is biased. So that means that what you say really doesn't matter. You're not saying, okay, I looked at all of the facts. I was able to review the videos that Hallie presented for the restraining order. I was able to review text messages showing his innocence. Now, if she were to come on here and say, okay, I saw clear evidence that this woman is lying on my brother. I don't like that she's lying on my brother, and so I'm going to speak up for him. What she's saying is, my brother's a good person. What would y'all do if y'all were me? I'm going to take up for my brother. Y'all can't tell me what to do. But you never said that he was innocent. That part sticks out to me the most. You never said he didn't do it, because you can't say that he didn't do it. Let me explain something, y'all. I'm going to play the rest of what she said. Number one, now I'm going to lay out the facts, right? And then, see, I'm not just going to jump on this thing and just say, oh, I think he's innocent because he's a good streamer and a handsome young man. I'm going to say, yeah, he does have two sisters. I think his other sister's name is Brittany. She going through her issues with her baby daddy right now. I guess that's Woo-Wop's mama. But let me tell y'all. So I'm not coming in, it's like, oh, he's handsome, or he's a good streamer, or he's a good guy, or he presents well on the internet. That I'm not doing that. And I'm not doing that for Hallie either. I don't give a damn if she was a little mermaid. I'm looking at the facts. And for right now, we only have factual evidence from one side. Okay? So, who's not his sister? It says here that that's his sister. It says Ddg'S sister TT claps back after. No. Brittany is not his sister. You're right. The boy is his sister. Whoever the boy's name, the boy that Brittany is dating is his brother. So Brittany is just the baby mama, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Brittany Jones is Woo-Wop's mama, but that's not his actual sister. He's related to Woo-Wop's daddy. I think Woo-Wop's daddy is his brother. So if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. My bad. So she's going through her own stuff with him right now. But let's look at the facts though, y'all. Okay. And then again, mind y'all, let me throw this out there. I actually like Ddg'S. I think he's talented. I think he's smart. I think he's successful. I think he's handsome. I think all of those great things about him. And I think that he can move past this eventually, but I think that he most definitely has to take accountability if these things are true. And I'm going to tell you why I do think these things are true. Now, it doesn't make him an evil, horrible person that can't do better in the future, but we're not going to pretend like this stuff is not suspicious, okay? Okay, because this behavior right here, what Miss TT is doing, is called enabling. Everybody has a want and a desire to protect their sibling, period, point blank. But when they're wrong, or if there is a possibility that they're wrong, you should be quiet until you find out whether or not these allegations are true. And if they are true, then you're going to want to use whatever resources you have as his sister to support him in trying to find help to get better so that this never happens again. But to sit there and say, oh, my brother's a good person, he may be a good person, but if he's slamming people's hands into steering wheels, he got a problem. Now, let's say this, okay? First fact. The first fact is that Halle Bailey, now I'm going to tell you some suspicious stuff that I see with Halle too. Now I'm not just riding for her. I'm not on nobody's side, y'all. I'm just presenting the facts, right? Hallie took a picture of her chipped tooth, right? Her tooth, and she showed a picture of her tooth, and that picture was used as evidence in the restraining order, saying that he slammed her head up against the steering wheel. Okay, exhibit 1. All right, exhibit 2, and we're gonna get back to that tooth in a minute, y'all. Just give me a second. I'm flying the plane, I ain't landed yet. Exhibit 2. She presents a picture of her bedroom that DDG came into her home unannounced. And when I say unannounced, he probably was supposed to drop the baby off. But if she doesn't answer the door, you don't have rights to walk into her home. Trespassing. Now, it was creepy for him to take a picture of her bed. Okay, that's the part that people are missing. Oh, well, he came to her house because he was supposed to drop the baby off. Well, he should have stayed at the front door. And if she didn't show up, then he should have called somebody or left or did something until she got there to pick up the baby. You don't invite yourself into the home. And not only did he not stop there, but he came into the home, went to her bedroom, and took a picture of the bed. Are we going to act like that's not weird behavior? He did not have to go in her bedroom. That's your private space right there. So we're not going to keep on giving this man excuses. He came in her home, mistake number 1. Walked to her private bedroom when you know what happens in people's bedrooms, okay? That's a private area. Took a picture of her bed to show her that you were in her bedroom. Again, weird behavior. Those are 2 exhibits, the bedroom, the chipped tooth. 3rd exhibit, the bruise on the arm, okay? Could that bruise on the arm have come from mutual combat? Yes, it could have come from mutual combat. They could have been tussling and fighting. The thing that sticks out to me about Hallie is that Hallie admitted that they were fighting in the documentation from the restraining order. Hallie said they were tussling, meaning they were fighting each other. Something always sticks out to me when a person will say what they did wrong as well. When a person comes forward and they openly admit what they did wrong, and they're not overly taking themselves out of the situation as if they're this poor little wounded bird and somebody's just jumping on them and attacking them, that shows to me signs of honest behavior. Because you're not saying that he was attacking you the whole time in that car ride. You're saying that you both were tussling and fighting each other. She stated that in the document. So they're fighting each other. She admitted that. She's not trying to say, oh, remember with the LaTruth situation, she tried to act like she was this wounded bird laid out and the truth just randomly picked up a tote and slammed it on top of her head. She completely left out the fact that she snatched his phone, ran with it, was slapping him with pillows, pepper sprayed him and everything. She left all that out. Okay, she didn't want to talk about that. But this young lady put this in the restraining order when she spoke of what happened on that particular day. That sticks out to me. That shows me signs of honesty. So what we have so far is the picture of the chipped tooth, the picture of the bed, the picture of the bruise on the arm. Okay, we have those 3 things. We have the instance where she talks about the tussling in the car, and she admits that she was tussling and fighting him back. But then she says eventually she got tired of fighting him and stopped, and DDG continued to assault her, is what she said. Okay. Thank you, Spicy Brown, for that super sticker. I appreciate you. I'm gonna read y'all comments in a minute. Okay, those are 4 exhibits there. Exhibit number 5 for why I feel like something is going on here as far as DDG. Exhibit number 5, she files a restraining order. Okay. Not only did she file it, but she had evidence that was strong enough to get the restraining order granted. Okay, let's think about this, y'all. Okay, okay. Too Cute said upper. He was supposed to drop the baby back off to her at 3 p.m., but showed up at noon with the baby and went into her home. So this is the reason, y'all. This is the reason why Hallie said that before she took things the legal route, she tried to talk to him and say, hey, you and me need to sit down and figure out some sort of schedule for the visitation for the baby. Or you get him these days, I get him these days. He refused. He wanted to do things his way. And there is evidence that Hallie has shown that he constantly breaks the schedule and does things how he wants to do them, despite prior organization of the schedule. And I'm going to show that to y'all in a minute. He wants to do things his way. If somebody says, come to my house at 3 p.m. and he shows up at 12 at noon, well, then you are, how do you know that I don't have somebody in my house? Maybe she's dating somebody new and that person ain't gonna be gone until maybe 2:30 or something like that. And she didn't want to introduce the person to Hallie or whatever, or to Halo or whatever. You can't just pop over to, you're not together anymore. There are boundaries put in place when you're not together anymore, whether you have a child with that person or not. Okay, let's get into something else. Cause see, if it's one thing that I can't stand the most is female family members sitting up trying to enable somebody. Hog D said, I'm crying because y'all really think y'all got it figured out. Footage has already been submitted, proven every. Where's it at? Where's that? When I first started covering this story, what did I say? For those of you that follow me regularly, and Hog D, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you since you in here. Listen, what did I say when I first started covering this story? I said only facts that I have are the facts that I have seen from Halle Bailey, right? I said, now when DDG presents some facts, then I'll take those into consideration. Why? Because I'm a blogger, meaning I'm not jumping to conclusions. I'm only speaking on what I've seen. So as soon as other evidence is entered, as soon as other evidence comes into play, then I will consider that evidence. And it's a huge possibility that if other evidence is presented, then my perspective might change. So I'm not up here, trying to say that my mind is completely set. I'm 100% right. And I know what I'm saying is from the facts that have been presented on the internet. These are my opinions based off of those facts. My opinion may change once DDG presents some facts. Okay. Then I'm also going to say this too. Anytime somebody files a restraining order against you, you legally have at least 30 days, and I'm waiting to see if he's going to do it. You at least have 30 days to fight that restraining order. Nobody can just slap a restraining order on you and you have to take it. We've seen that in the saga, right? Nobody can just file a TPO and you have to accept it. Nobody can get a restraining order against you and you just have to accept it and sit back and take it laying down. You get another court date and an opportunity to say, hey, I shouldn't have that restraining order against me because of Exhibit A, B, and C. So I haven't heard any evidence in the media showing, and it could be possible that he did, but I haven't seen it, that he is going to fight that restraining order. If the things that she's saying are untrue, then he should fight it, if you ask me. And also, we have to remember this. Judges do not just issue out restraining orders with no facts and no evidence. I can't walk into the courthouse and say, hey, y'all, my baby daddy beat me up. I need a restraining order. I don't want him around my child. And then the judge was like, okay, order entered. You got it. No, I have to show A, B, and C. I cannot just come in there, throw lies on somebody's name, and get a restraining order. Not only did she get a restraining order for her, she got a restraining order for the baby. That speaks volumes. Now, if y'all like DDG, you know what I'm saying? So just because I'm not saying I don't like him, I actually like him. I think he's a great streamer. But that's not going to make me ignore what's being presented. Okay. I'm going to show y'all something in a minute, but let me read some more comments. Cheryl said, seems like he is popping up, trying to see if she's dating someone else. Right. SC Island said, they are in my country right now. I've made their dinner 4 times. They're not nice in person, but tip really big. Oh, okay. Are they? It's okay. Drea said, facts, she is taking accountability for her part, rather it was reactive abuse that she did. Seems like he's okay. I read that one. Hog D said, I live up the street. We all have ring footage. Okay, well, I can't wait till somebody leaks it so that we can see it. Hog D, if you got a YouTube channel, you should leak that shit. Because technically, regardless of who's on it, if it's your Ring camera, you can leak it and put it on the internet. That's your footage, regardless of who's on it. Because if they're outside fighting and you capture that on your Ring camera, legally you should be able to put that out because they're in the public now. So Hog D, we're gonna be looking forward to that footage. They fight constantly. I can't pronounce this name, but I'm gonna read I'm gonna call you Senti Butterfly. In her filing, it is noted the footage will be brought to the hearing. Depending on the court filing code, the filing system may not allow audio or video to be uploaded. Okay. They look like they were so in love. I'm surprised. I'm from St. Lucia. Oh, okay. They go to court June 4th per documents. Good morning, Upper and Chat. Hey, Nina. The court date was set when the restraining order was obtained. Okay, so he'll fight it June 4th. But I'm gonna call you Sent. What she provided is enough for a restraining order. The physical stuff happening in front of the child in the trespassing part was crazy. It was. 2Q said Upper, even when they was sick, she still tried to get him to set up a schedule. And he took the internet and badmouthed her. Everybody was telling him to take her to court. Why didn't he? That's what I'm wondering. Why he didn't take her to court. And then here's another thing. I do not like how DDG gets online and tries to garner sympathy. And when he does that, he's doing it on purpose. He's trying to make her fan base, or he's trying to make his fan base hate her. I feel like he's inciting his followers when he does that. Now, he can say that that's not what he's doing. He's just going live and streaming because that's what he does. But when you bring your personal business with your custody issues with your child, everybody knows who your child's mother is. And she's also a celebrity. Damn, you're not a dummy. You know that can affect her brand. So you're doing it on purpose. So I don't like that he does that either. Also, let me show y'all this too. Hold on, let me pull this down. Let me show y'all this, because a lot of people are saying, oh, but y'all are saying that, Halle Bailey is not trying to, my bad, y'all. Halle Bailey is not trying to ruin DDG because she's doing things, or she's trying to ruin DDG because she leaked that information to TMZ. How do y'all know that? Like, that's what I'm saying. People you can't just be saying stuff. You have to, especially, if you're blogging on this, you have to know what you're talking about. Okay. No, Hog D, I'm gonna say this. I actually agree with you. I think that they both incite their fans. I just think that he does it more. Now let me speak on that, because I do remember a time where DDG took Halo to a live stream with Kai Cenat, and she got on live, or not live, but she got on, I believe it was X or Instagram, one or the other, and she made a couple comments about how she didn't agree that the baby was there. Now, I agree. I feel like she was mad. She might not have liked the fact that the baby was with Kai Cenat, and instead of communicating that with DDG, she went online and made a ruckus about it. So I think they both do it. I just think DDG does it more. That's all. I just think that he does it more. I haven't seen any evidence of her doing it after that. And then after she did it, she then took to the internet and apologized for it. Now, she might have did that. She might have apologized for it. Now, this is me. Again, I'm not taking sides. I don't think that she apologized for it because she felt bad for doing it. I feel like she apologized for it because after she did it, she got attacked for doing it. See, this is what Halle got to realize. Halle got to realize now, Black men have it bad in the United States of America. That's just period. We see that every day. But as a Black woman, not just a regular Black woman, okay, Halle, I know you the Little Mermaid and everything like that, but you have to understand. You are a Black single mother, meaning motherfuckers gonna drag the fuck out of you, okay? People do not like Black women that are single mothers. I'm just gonna now people can act like they don't see that shit, but they do. Not only do they not like Black women that are single mothers, but they will look a Black woman that's raising her child by herself dead in the eye and say it's her motherfucking fault. Not to mention they ain't gonna say nothing to the daddy for not doing his fucking part. but they gonna blame all of it on you. And that was very apparent when she got online. She thought she was gonna turn the world against DDG, and guess what happened? It backfired on her motherfucking ass. And everybody said she was a bitter, hating ass bitch. And I knew that was gonna happen because that's the world we live in. The burden is on you, baby. It just is what it is. And most of it is gonna come from black men. I'm just gonna be being honest. I'm honest over here. I keep it real over here. She thought because she was a little mermaid and she a superstar that she was gonna get on there and turn the world against DDG. Nobody hates anybody more than a black single mama, because you're the problem. You the problem with society. The daddy get off scot-free. He didn't do it. It's your motherfucking fault, bitch. You should have known better. You should have known the nigga wasn't shit when you slept with him. And since you didn't know, it's your motherfucking fault. And that's just what it is. And anything that you do moving forward is you being bitter. That's just what it is. Sorry. That's just what it is. That's a fact. Now, let's pull this up because I want y'all to see this. For the people that's saying that Halle Bailey submitted the information or leaked it to TMZ, that's not true. I already knew this, but I'm going to just read this here because I'm not going to know how to articulate it as well. So I'm going to read it straight from here. TMZ is a prominent source for celebrity news, obtains court documents early through a dedicated staff that meticulously scans court dockets in Los Angeles. This allows them to report on a wide range of topics, including restraining orders, name changes, divorces, and lawsuits against celebrities. While they don't solely rely on tips, they also have a robust network of informants that utilize their law enforcement connections to gather information quickly, meaning that Halle Bailey did not necessarily have to leak the restraining order. TMZ is a large network of people. They've been around for years. They literally have people employed to sit around and search for court documents pertaining to celebrities so that they can report on it. People's divorces get leaked all the time before they ever make a statement. Okay, so let's hold on. Let me read the rest of this. Here's a more detailed breakdown. Dedicated staff. TMZ employs multiple reporters who are stationed at the Los Angeles courthouse, constantly monitoring court filings for information related to celebrities. Tip network. The site also relies heavily on tips from various sources, including law enforcement, and even pays for photos and leads on stories. Verification. TMZ has stated that they verify the authenticity of tips and information before reporting them. Law enforcement connections. Harvey Levin, TMZ's founder, was previously a lawyer, and the site is known to have close ties to law enforcement, which can facilitate access to certain information. So now, am I saying that it's completely false that Halle may have leaked this information to TMZ? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if we're going to talk about this story, we have to be factual. We can't just say what we think happened. And that's something that we can't prove. You can't prove that Halle Bailey leaked this information to TMZ. It states here that TMZ has the ability, or they have staff that literally sits around and searches for celebrity documents in the Los Angeles courts. So no, we're not going to blame that on her because we don't know. Now, let me pull this down. Yeah, I definitely don't think she did it personally. Now, may Halle have had somebody close to her may have leaked the information? Anybody could have leaked it. You know, remember when the Beyonce situation happened on the elevator? TMZ was the first. TMZ is almost, I ain't gonna say always, but almost the first to leak damn near everything. And people be like, damn, how did they get that shit? They got so many ties and connections in Hollywood. And then I didn't even know this part. I didn't know that Harvey Levin was used to be an attorney. So he probably has all type of ties. Mama 3 and everyone else said, plus he made a song called Famous about her when she was promoting the movie The Little Mermaid. If you never heard it, please listen to it. Okay, I'll check it out. Let me pull this up real quick, y'all, because I want to show y'all something. If y'all not following the Impressive channel, let me tell y'all something. The Impressive channel is probably my favorite. Where are my notes? My favorite YouTube channel ever. Okay. I love her because she's very fair. She's very fair with her reporting. She doesn't take a side. She does give her opinion, but it's always based on something factual. I enjoy watching people like that. She presents facts. Helen Hart said, to me, TMZ is trash. If the records is not sealed, anybody could get access, and TMZ is well connected. Facts. Now, the only thing they wouldn't be able to get access to is like a temporary restraining order. Hog D said, I'm a sub to both of y'all. Thank you. Shout out to Hog D. We got a new sub in the building. Now, if he wanted to get they wouldn't be able to get evidence of a temporary restraining order because, or like something like that, because the only law enforcement will have access to that because it hasn't been really signed, sealed, or delivered in the courts. Now, remember, Hallie actually got an actual restraining order granted. Okay. And it's very extensive too. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen. Normally when you see a restraining order, it's something like, oh, the person has to stay this amount of feet away from you and the child. I mean, it went into detail. Like, my goodness. Let's see. Maybe it's because of who she is. But now, as you can see, this text right here. Now I'm grabbing these screenshots from the Impressive channel. Shout out to her because of her I didn't have to go digging for it. But this is Hallie. Hold on, let's see. Where are we at? 353. Let's see. Okay, so let's show this one first. Now this is a text message from Halle Bailey texting Ddg'S mother. Now, if you guys have been following the story, Halle does not communicate directly with Ddg, right? They speak through his mother, and I think his brother, I forget his brother's name, but Woo-Wop's dad also communicates through his baby mama through the mother. Because I watched the live of his, and he also stated that. So the mom is like their third party, a mediator that works with her sons with the baby mama, which is one. She seems like the mom. I've seen the mom's interaction on Ddg's lives and stuff. She seems like a really, really sweet lady. So, we ain't going to drag the mama, okay? We going to drag Ddg if he wrong. Not only we going to drag Ddg, I'm letting you know right now, this is a public service announcement. Halle, if some way that this stuff comes out that you lying, I'm going to drag the fuck out of you, just like I did Brianna. I'm going to drag the fuck out of you, number one, because I'm taking up for your ass lightweight. And then number two, I'm sick of these bitches lying about domestic violence. So if it comes out that Halle Bailey has done lied on this man, I'm gonna drag the fuck out of her. So get ready. You better have your swimming gear. I'm gonna drag you. You better make sure you got your that mermaid tail on and all of that shit. I'm gonna drag the fuck out of you by your dreads. Okay. So let's read this. It says, this is to his mama. Hi, just wanted to keep you in the loop. We will be back the 11th now. Haven't heard about Moo getting Halo later this week as we, I think Moo is Ddg's nickname. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Let me start over. So, hi, just wanted to keep you in the loop. We will be back on the 11th. Haven't heard about Moo getting Halo later this week as we lightly talked about before. If he will be in town, would you like to get him on the 27th and return him on the 4th? Otherwise, I can keep him until we're back, but just wanted to let you know we'll be back on the 11th. Now, thank you. I'm chosen. Now, this is a text again to Ddg's mother. What she's talking about is she was going to the Met Gala. Okay, I believe it was the Met. But this is April 21st. So she's setting it up, letting her know that she'll be back on this certain date so that Ddg can get the baby to spend time with the baby for a few days or whatever. Now, this is evidence to me that she is not actively trying to exclude. Okay, so I'm gonna revisit what you're saying, Red. I don't know if you just came in, but I'm gonna revisit what you said, and I'm gonna give you the opportunity to type whatever else in the chat because I want to see what you mean by that. So when people say, and Red, I love you. You one of my subs. You know what I mean? You've been supporting me for a long time since I've been on YouTube. But I gotta ask you something, Red. When you make a statement like that, you have to follow it with an explanation. So when you say that girl is lying, we gotta know why she's lying. We gotta have solid facts and evidence as to why she's lying on Ddg. And when somebody can present some solid evidence, or after they leave court on June 4th, and they can present solid evidence that she lying, I'm gonna drag the fuck out of her. I told you that's what I'm gonna do. So whenever we get that evidence, then you already know I'm gonna come back and drag the fuck out of Halle Bailey, just like I would do anybody else. I don't give a damn if she the Little Mermaid, y'all. I'm just trying to be fair. You know what I'm saying? From what I see. Now after June, when the court date comes in June, now DDG might have his own, stuff in the chamber that he gonna present. Now if he got his own stuff in the chamber that he gonna present, then I'm most definitely gonna look into that as well. So let's go to the next text. Okay, so this is what the mother responds to Halle with. Okay, so she then, I didn't mean to do that, y'all. Hold on, let me mute this because I don't want to play the video. I just want to get these particular shots. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is what DDG's mom responds back to Haley, and it seems like they have a pretty, okay relationship. They are, they are cordial, right? They've been putting like little emojis inside of the text messages and stuff. So Red said she been putting hands on him. I believe that actually, Red. I'm gonna get back to that in a minute. I forgot to text you. He said that he will wait until you get back to him, right? So she then the mom says, okay, no, I'm not gonna get the baby before the Met. I'm gonna wait until after the event. I mean, the DDG stated that he will wait until after the event to get the baby. Now, this is what DDG expressed to his mother, and this is what the message that DDG's mother relayed to Halle. Okay, so now we're all under the impression that he's going to wait until she gets back to pick up the baby. Okay. Now, this is what I mean. Now, again, our new sub, Hawk D, did put in the chat that Halle has in the past, went to try to incite her audience to go against DDG. And I agree with that. She has. But see, and ain't no but to it. She has done that. But in this instance, this is just an example of how DDG literally will go play victim when he doesn't get his way. Now, you just saw the text messages, right? Where they both, mind you, they're communicating through DDG's mother. They both came to a conclusion that DDG would get the baby after, right? But instead of doing that, he tried to get the baby before. Then when he couldn't get the baby because the schedule had already been set, he then takes to social media and does this.
Not even sleep. I just wanted to hang out with a special person, man. That's all I wanted to do tonight for real. But I don't know. I might force myself to go out or something.
Of course, when he did this, his followers automatically was blaming Halle. Oh, she's
right. Okay, I ain't gonna play the rest of it, but you see how he did that. Oh, he will like in a roundabout way, maybe not directly mention Halle's name, but he'll throw it out there that he wasn't able to see his son, knowing that his supporters are gonna automatically assume that Halle is being malicious and keeping the child away from him. You see how he does that? And he tries to come off like some victim, poor dad that doesn't ever get a chance to see his
tonight.
I don't like people that sit around and try to, I especially don't like people that try to weaponize their platforms to garner sympathy. We already dealt with a viral internet story with this bitch using her platform to target content creators, to target her ex-husband, and to target her ex-husband's family. Your platform is not to be weaponized and used so that your fans or subs can attack people. And anytime he doesn't get his way, I know he's a streamer. He's a what you would call an IRL streamer. So IRL stands for in real life. So he basically streams his real life. That's what he's known for. I don't know if he's a gamer or not. I don't think so. I don't know. But I do know he streams on Twitch, which is primarily, it used to be like a gaming streaming site, but I think that you can blog on it too, because I'm pretty sure DJ Academics blogs on Twitch as well. But anyway, so yeah, so I feel like he's weaponizing his platform. Okay, now let's move. Where are we at? Where did I want to go? Okay. Now, notice that let me try to make this larger. Hold on. This is a part of the court doc here where Hallie makes a statement here on line 22 where it says, more recently it has become extremely upsetting to me because Daryl, aka Ddg, refuses to work with my attorney to set up any set schedule. Instead, he is threatening that he will take our son. Because see, okay, y'all. Okay. Let me say this before I finish reading it. A lot of people were saying that they felt like the stipulations that she put in place for the visitation were too extreme. Not only does she is she saying that he can only get a visit with Halo once a week, but that visit can only last for 6 hours and it has to be supervised by a professional, right? Then she says that he is not allowed to take the baby out of the country without her consent. He is not allowed to do anything as far as a passport. And if he does take the baby out of the state or whatever the case is, not only does he have to let her know where they'll be going, as far as addresses, who he'll be with, but she wants to know plane ticket numbers. And she also wants to make sure that he puts in place an open flight ticket for her in case of an emergency so that she would be able to hop on a plane and go retrieve her son. Some people are saying that's extreme. But we see all of the evidence that she has presented as far as violence, not just with her, but in front of the baby. Not only that, but it shows here that she was trying to work with him before all of these stipulations were put in place. He refused to work with the attorney. These are not things that you can just say these are not things that you can just say without evidence. An attorney would be evidence because everything is notated. Everything is documented. Whatever she's working on her attorney with, I'm sure it's on paperwork. So if she needs to prove these things, I'm sure she can. It says Ddg refused to work with her attorney to set up any set schedule. Instead, he's threatening that he will take our son 50% of the time and pay her zero support. It should be noted that he has never paid child support, and I have never sought child support from him. I have asked him, however, to contribute to Halo's expenses. Only on one occasion has he done so. Ddg, you make too much damn money. Because you got to remember, he's not the custodial parent, so he should be paying support. And the support doesn't have to be put in place through the court systems. I'm a big advocate of especially Black folks, staying out of the courts if you can. If you can. Now, if you can't, that's something different. But if you can work with each other and you can work with her and say, I'm going to give you this set amount monthly, whatever, or weekly, whatever y'all do, I feel like that's a better option than having to go through court. You know what I mean? So I think that he definitely, especially if the baby is primarily with her, he should definitely be giving out some support. But basically what he's saying is in so many words, is saying that he'd rather have joint custody and he wants the baby 50% of the time. That way, if he has a baby half of the time, he shouldn't have to pay support. So that's what he's saying here. But due to the restraining order that has been put in place, that's obviously not possible at this point. You know what, Harper, I heard rumors about them breaking up while she was pregnant, but it was never like publicized. So they officially broke up after Halo was born, but I had been hearing, like when she was pregnant, there was rumors swirling that they were breaking up. And I guess it's possible that those rumors were true because look at where they at now. Okay, so let's go to this next part. Now this is Halo saying here. Now remember y'all. Well, let me read it first. She says, I have done everything possible to avoid going to court. I have tried to placate Ddg by providing him access to Halo, even though he is not with Halo and leaves Halo with his mother. She goes on to say, I have facilitated, hold on, y'all. Let me wait till this go past. I have facilitated his visits no matter where I am and often last minute, meaning that she has been trying to work with him. She's been going out of her way to stop whatever it is that she's doing. If he calls her and the spirit doesn't hit him and he want to fight, he want to see his damn son, she's supposed to stop what she's doing and make the child available to him. Okay, that's unreasonable. The child lives with her. She's the custodial primary parent. So it could be that they're out on an outing, out of town, got something planned, a doctor's visit, family time, whatever. So you can't just not plan your days when you're not together. So it shows here that she said she tried to work with him before the courts ever got involved regarding the custody issue. Okay. And the day that DDG came to her home when both of them were sick with RSV, remember the baby Halo was sick with RSV. She was sick with RSV. She still let him come to the home, but eventually she had to end up putting him out. Do y'all remember that? And that's the day that he broke her Ring camera and stole her cell phone and smashed it. Okay. Now remember, she texted, they had a communication before. DDG didn't just pop up over her home. So I'm not going to put that lie on him. He didn't just pop up to her house. She knew he was coming. But when he got there, I think just due to the fact that she was sick and the baby was sick, I think she just had it up to here with the visitation and the way it was going. So when he got there, she tried to have a conversation with him about a visitation schedule, and he didn't want to have it. He wants to see the baby whenever he wants to see the baby, and that's not fair to her. If you laying in the bed with the flu and he wants you to get out the bed, remember, now she's a single parent. So if she has the flu or if she's sick, mind you, if he's coming to see DDG, she would have to get out of bed or maybe not coming to see him. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. So she has to get out of bed and get Halo ready, right? So who feels like doing that with the flu? Or if he's coming to pick Halo up for the weekend or whatever, she has to get him packed up. So I think she just got fed up with the way things were going. There was no organization, no order. And once the relationship is over, you have to put order in place because that's how you set boundaries. Boundaries have to be set when a breakup happens and there's a baby now involved. There has to be order. It can't be just me calling you, hey, I'm coming to get the baby, but I'm not even home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense. But he, on the other hand, did not want to set up a schedule. Like, what the hell? Let me read some of the comments. So Nola said he sounds very annoying and a crybaby and a gaslighter. But again, I know, let me just stop because like I said, I'm gonna wait till his stuff come out. But the way I'm seeing things for right now, it's not looking good. I'm sure wish she would have took heed from the people telling her leave that man child alone. I remember that nobody but here's the thing, she probably should have, but at the end of the day, they were telling her that because they didn't think that DDG was on her level. Mind you, because, you know, she was being managed by Beyonce or whatever the case is. She was a little mermaid. You know, her image was so clean. And DDG is kind of like, you know, I wouldn't say he's a bad boy, but he's a streamer. They're not in the same hemisphere. So they're polar opposites when it comes to their images. So that's the reason why I think that people were telling her that. And that's not necessarily a good reason to tell somebody that they should not have a relationship with someone just because they're polar opposite and their images are different online, right? So let me see what's going on, Latte World. Welcome in. Chris Khan said free Halo. Y'all just some bitter people for real. Well, here's the thing, Chris Khan, we operate off of facts over here. So if you have any factual evidence showing that DDG is not an abuser, then you can go ahead and present that to us. Okay. We're totally neutral over here. What we're presenting is factual evidence that has been shown. We're speaking about facts. You might want to go ahead and rewind it. We're not speaking on who we like more. We're not speaking on who acts better, who sings better, who raps better, who's cooler, who dresses better, who we've been following for years. We're talking about facts. So if you have any factual evidence showing that this young lady lied on DDG, please present it, type it in the chat, and then we might entertain that comment. Okay, now moving on. MJ said, but how you deny DDG a chance to see his son sick or not? Well, if you go back and look at the evidence, I don't think that she denied him a chance to see her son. So when you go back and actually look at both of what they communicated, they both said that it was that a text message was sent, or not a text message, but they communicated via text. And she knew that DDG was coming to the house, and she told him that he could come to the house to see Halo. So actually, she didn't deny him to come see Halo. Actually, she told him that he could come see Halo. But what ended up happening was when he got there, she attempted to have a conversation with him about a set schedule for visitation, meaning that she was not trying to stop him from visiting the child. Meaning if she's trying to communicate to have a set schedule, she wants him to see the child, but she just wants to know what days he wants to see the child, which will be easier for her schedule. During that conversation, DDG refused to set a schedule with her, which is why she had to take the legal route. Okay. Deborah said in his song Famous, he says he could ruin her image. Y'all, see, this is the thing. I think I got a lot of some new people in here listening to me. Y'all need to really, y'all gonna have to do some research on the Upper Echelon podcast. Y'all gonna have to do y'all research, because over here we look at facts, okay? We don't look at who we like more or none of that. We don't say, oh, woman power over here. This is, I'm a woman, I'm gonna take up for another woman. You might want to go to both of my channels and look through my channel and watch how I drag the FUCK out of a young lady for almost 3 years because she lied on her ex-husband about domestic violence. So before you come over here and and prejudge what you think I'm about over here, you might want to go check my background, check my record. Because it don't matter if it's a woman, a man, or whoever. If you lying about DV, I'm a drag. Period, point blank. Just like I did Brianna. So might want to go look at my other videos. Now, like I said, if it comes out that she lying, I'm gonna drag her by her mermaid tail. Now, I already said that. So we'll see. Now, 2Q says Upper, he also told her to go upstairs and he and the baby can hang out downstairs in her room. He stated he should be able to see his son whenever he get ready. He cannot. Hey, this dude is funny. This guy is hilarious. Chris Khan said, read the document. She never said hit her. She said they wrestled. And she also said he did not want to work with the lawyers, meaning on her terms. Okay, Chris Khan, I did read the records. It clearly states in the records that he slammed her head against the steering wheel and chipped her tooth. We'll get into that tooth in a minute, okay, y'all? We'll talk about that tooth in a minute, okay? And she also states that they were wrestling and tussling in the car. She did not exclude herself, okay? She admitted that she wasn't trying to act like she was a complete victim. Okay, so let's he can boss her in her own home. Right, exactly. Get the fuck out of here. She way nicer than me. But let's see, is there anything else I want to show in the screenshot? She goes on to say, there is no placating Daryl. I cannot allow this abuse any longer, and I cannot keep living like this. I never know when he's going to demand our son be in his mother's care or whether I will be subjected to his threats or abuse. As of the date I am signing this declaration, Daryl is in Miami online railing against me, alleging he cannot see his son. He is not in Los Angeles. I had planned on Daryl picking up Halo on Monday, yesterday, at my home in Los Angeles. His attorney has not responded to mine to arrange for the visit. This is not child-centered, and Halo is only being used to further his fan base and online presence. Now, notice what she says here in this declaration, that they had pre-arranged a visit with Halo and himself. At the time, she was in Los Angeles, but during that time, DDG was in Miami. So you're not even in the same state as her, but you've arranged a visit. Come on, y'all. Can y'all not clearly see why she would want something in writing stating a visitation schedule? That's what she was requesting initially. Okay, is there anything else I want to show? Oh, I want to show this.
On TikTok.
If I see fire sign, I get very passionate. I seem like knows I'm an Aries.
Talk.
If I think I have anxious attachment style, everybody knows I'm an Aries. I'm a fire sign. I get very passionate. I seem nice online and innocent and everything, but you guys do not know. I will go to battle with my yelling, with my words, everything. I'm good at that, right? And if I gotta yell or check anyone, that's what I gotta do. That's just the way I be. Clap back or sit back. I always have to choose clap back. I'm sorry. I'm a very kind person. But if somebody pokes at me or the people that I love, it's over for you. I'm an Aries. Sorry.
So now people are using that video to say that, you know, the image that she's putting out, like she's so innocent, so on and so forth, is a lie. Y'all think I'm crazy. Y'all know that girl ain't innocent. I know that she is not 100%. First of all, she's not, that is make believe. She's not really the Little Mermaid. I'm not slow. I'm not retarded. She's a real human being with real flaws. Who just happens to be famous and who just happened to play in that movie. But it doesn't mean that she's perfect. It doesn't mean that she's 100% the victim. It doesn't mean that she's 100% innocent. And it doesn't mean that she's some wounded animal that's being attacked by some monstrous beast. It means that they were both in a toxic relationship with each other. However, that does not negate her allegations. The allegations that she has made, that he slammed her face up against a steering wheel. The allegations that she has made, she also says that she has evidence of Ring camera footage backing that evidence up that she presented when she obtained her restraining order. She also showed text messages of the man in her home unannounced when he was not supposed to be. Okay, several different factors here. So again, I am open to seeing what else is presented from Ddg'S. The court date is in June, so we'll see what he presents possibly to clear his name. But as of right now, it seems like he's wrong, y'all. It does. That doesn't mean that I think that she's 100% an angel either. Okay. So let me go to this right here. A lot of people aren't angels. Some of y'all daughters aren't angels. Does that mean that they deserve to get their head slammed into a steering wheel because they have smart mouths or because they got a strong clap back? I'm sure you would say no, right? Oh, okay. Some of y'all mamas not angels. Some of y'all mamas talk a lot of crap, and some of y'all mamas' mouths are foul. Does that mean that their husband or boyfriend should slam their head into a steering wheel? Oh, okay. But it's okay for him to do it to her. Okay. When he comes and shows evidence that didn't happen, then I'll entertain it. Now let me change the viewpoint of this.
Thank you. It's no way, shape, or form I will ever get in a relationship until I'm 56.
Cap.
Like, I don't give a.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be in one. You shouldn't be in one. If the allegations are true.
I don't give a. Cap. If even if a girl gets on one knee to marry me, I'm saying no. I'm cool. I don't want to wait till I'm 60. I'm cool. I don't want to get in a relationship. If a girl starts liking me, I will literally cut you off. Like for the sake of my own mental. So when y'all get on this.
Here he is. Now this is after the video. She definitely did, Deborah. She definitely said that she would win a battle. Hold on, y'all. So she definitely did say that. She said listening is key. She clearly said she will battle with her words. Then she also said, I just seen Chat and Chew clap back. Right. So she's saying that she said it. I will yell, I will scream, but she never said that I will fight you. What's up, Danny? How you doing? Welcome in, girl. Welcome in. I don't know how long you've been here, but hit that replay. Thank you, Chew, Chat, and Create. I'm chosen. ML Michael said nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect, but it is okay for him to break in her house when she isn't home and take a picture of her bedroom. No, that's no, that's far from okay, actually. It's very weird behavior, stalkerish behavior, and like I said, to be honest with you, I think that's like the number one reason. To be honest, I feel like she should have been granted a restraining order just based off of that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. In other words, I take that as a threat. I take that as you showing me, oh, I can get in your house whenever I want to. Like, that's weird. Two Q said when he was on his stream lying on that he couldn't see his son, everyone was telling him to take it to court and to get his visitation. I wonder why he didn't though. He knew the whole time. Facts.
Internet, and y'all get to making all these different things and these narrations and all this other. It's like, bro, that really be like affecting. Like, I need to be single. You feel me?
Yeah.
This is more manipulation here, y'all. Like, this is him manipulating again, in my opinion. Okay, allegedly, this is him manipulating again. He's not saying Hallie's name, but everybody knows why he's doing this live stream. This is the live that he did directly after everybody found out about the restraining order or whatever. Like, I'm gonna be single. You're basically trying to allude to the fact that the relationship with Hallie was so toxic and so you're so traumatized that you can't be in another relationship. Boy, sit your ass down.
And you do
for my own health, you know.
Yeah, because you got issues, my boy. I'm playing.
So,
poor Tiana. Somebody said poor Tiana.
Yeah. One though that I really want to meet, bro.
Then it was another streamer that actually did a live stream, kind of just like how I'm doing, where he kind of took up for DDG. He was calling Halle Bailey the devil, and saying that DDG should have never dated a girl from Disney. They got issues. DDG actually promoted that page. He shouted that streamer out. So, you know, again, like, he's doing a lot. Like, he's promoting people that are speaking negatively of Halle. So he is being very passive aggressive. MJ said, me personally, I'm not quick to believe industry women because we have seen a lot of Black men images destroyed. That's true, because of complicated personal relationships and hurt feelings. That's true. I can't even argue with that. That is true. And, you know, hey, like I said, it could come out tomorrow that, because remember, y'all, some of these women, they'll come out and they'll present things and then they'll feel bad about it and take it back. Remember Keke Palmer. Then remember Super Scent. Even Brianna lying ass. She said that she was physically abused for 6 years and her story kept damn changing. So you just never know with these women. If this stuff is not true, or maybe even if it is true, it's possible Hallie will come out tomorrow and said it was all an exaggeration. You never know. Which is why right now, all I'm doing is I'm speaking on the facts. These are the facts, y'all. Nothing that I've said, I just made up off the top of my head. These are in court documents, screenshots, text messages. This is all factual information. Karen said if he abused her, he definitely needs to be held accountable. Hope they come together for the sake of the baby. Now, that'll be a miracle. If they are able to come together, put all of this behind them, the restraining order gets dropped and they're able to work together. I'm sure maybe not be together, but work together. That would be admirable for a young Black couple. You know, if he made his mistakes, he got physical with her, they can work past that because they're not together anymore. So Halo doesn't have to see that. And they can work together as good co-parents. That would be the ideal situation. Now, again, I'm not trying to demonize DDG. I think that he's young. I think that he made some mistakes, and I think that he can move past it, you know. Yep. So let's play a little bit more, y'all.
And I genuinely appreciate, because I be seeing what they be saying and shit. I see like hella people like switching up and with all that other like. It's just so weird, bro. Like it's like 72 hours ago, you was on my meat, and then 24 hours later, all this other shit going on. I'm like, bro, the industry is just so fake.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was on top of the world, you know, a new album dropped because he had did like a 30-day subathon and had all these rappers on there, made like a whole bunch of bomb songs. Bro, Diddy was...
Hold on, let me read this comment. Hold on. I missed it. Okay. Ready Rock. See, you don't know what you're talking about. Ddg'S didn't shout out another streamer. He shouted out Suleimani, one of the biggest urban streamers who ever formed. What does it matter if he's a... Yes, he did. He reposted his content, and I'm gonna find it, and then I'm gonna try to tag you in it. Yes, he did. Whether he's a streamer, blogger, whatever he is, the dude made content demonizing Halle Bailey, which is a fact. So what are you talking about? Okay, so anyway, matter of fact, hold on one second, y'all. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on, let me pull this down. Let's see. Let me find it. Give me a minute. Matter of fact, let me mute this really quick. Give me a second. All right, so before I play this, let me find that comment so I can pin it. Hold on. Let's pin that comment. Now you said he didn't shout him out, right? You said that, right?
Bro, on some real cool shit and just kick it with the nigga. It's so Illuminati. But that nigga really been like, I be seeing the little clips and shit, and I be like, man, this a real nigga. And I want to meet, bro.
Now, mind you, he did this on his most recent stream after that streamer went in on his baby mama. Now, you're saying that he didn't shout him out? You're saying that he didn't mention him on his platform? Is that what you're saying? What is heroin? What are you talking about? I'm not going to remain focused on that comment. I said what I said. He shouted out a streamer, blogger, whoever he is, who was demonizing his child's mother. I said what I said. Period, point blank.
Oh, on some real cool shit.
And here's the evidence of it. I don't have to read the entire thing. What you said at first was that he did not, that he didn't.
And just kick it with the nigga. It's so Illuminati. But that nigga really been like,
if y'all want to sit up here and believe, that this man shouted this content creator or blogger, streamer, whatever you want to call him, shouted him out right after he made a whole live stream about Halle Bailey, demonizing her. And if you want to pretend that it was just a coincidence that that Ddg is mentioning how he's dope and he enjoys his content and he's been seeing clips and all of this, if you want to pretend like you don't see the passive aggression in those actions, then go ahead and do it. If you want to pretend that you don't see what he's doing, then do that. But here's the thing. What we do over here is we look at facts. Okay? You can never come over here and tell me I haven't researched something, because before I ever speak on something, I do my research. So you must be new over here. That's why I was able to pull it up in 2 minutes, because I know what I'm talking about. Now you can interpret it however you want to interpret it. If you want to pretend like like he didn't shout that man out because he just got done demonizing his baby mama, then that's on you. I interpret it differently. But he definitely did speak on him directly after he did that live. The name of my channel is the Upper Echelon, the Great Debater, for a reason. So I need you to be prepared when you come over here. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And let me go ahead and stop sharing that and go back to the video.
Moving the needle. And as soon as they felt like he got too big, that's when all this took place, bro.
You feel me? But one, bro, that I want to meet, bro, on some real cool.
Now here he go, getting ready to shout out the streamer that just got done dragging his baby mama. Ready Rock says Saluminat. How do you pronounce his name? Solumanti. I don't know how to pronounce it honestly. From day one said Ddg'S should leave her because Disney actors have issues. Well, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that streamer, but what I do know is, and he possibly has been saying that from day one. But here's the thing, Ready Rock, that I think you're missing, right? I get that, but the fact that he's took this particular day to, matter of fact, let me, hold on, give me a second, y'all. I want to see something. Hold on. Okay. So here's my point. The point that I'm making is, I don't know if you saw this recent live from Ddg'S, but the fact that he's going live shouting this particular person out now is, in my opinion, passive aggression. Now that everything is in the media with the restraining order or whatever, I find that to be passive aggressive. Now, if you don't agree, you don't agree. But me personally, I feel like it's being done on purpose. A lot of things that he says and does, I feel like he does it to spite Howie. I really do. Could I be wrong? It's possible. I don't know. MJ says she's making him look crazy with these allegations that are somewhat iffy. I'll take that. I'll take that comment only because when you say allegations are iffy, I'll take that, because until, like I said earlier, if y'all just coming in, I gotta wait till I see a response from Ddg'S. I'm anxiously awaiting to see that, because I want to see what he's gonna say about these allegations. So far, he's been kind of talking around it. He hasn't really addressed it. There's a video of, matter of fact, let me find it. Let me get out of, or I'm gonna play the rest of this, but there's a video of him finding out, or you know what? I assume that he was reading the articles on TMZ, but he was shopping, right? He was live streaming, he was shopping, and he looked at his phone and he saw what was being said, I guess, about him. And he you saw his, live reaction, which is interesting to watch. Because he said none of this stuff is true. So we'll see. Ready Rock said you could be right, but also I think he was more in shock. So I hope I'm saying his name right. Solumanti. Is it so? I don't know why I want to call him Soluminati. Is it Soluminati? Had his back when they had a lot of beef in the past. No problem, Ready Rock. Thanks for your involvement in the chat. Success said exactly, he's calculated. MJ said anyone can be made to look crazy without context. I can agree to that. Desi said he'd be buying females. He actually said recently that he's not a real trick. He's not a trick for real. Because I know, who is that he bought like a really expensive purse for? Mama said their beef ended when he took that stance on Hallie. Right. So I guess they saying that's a coincidence. Chris Khan said why he shot him out is because they have been enemies for years, and for Soul that's his nickname, Soul, to come out and support Ddg'S shocked everyone because they are enemies. Lativia said no one can make someone else look crazy. We don't hold that type of power. You can, to a certain extent, with the media. You can make somebody, because we've seen that in the previous saga, right? Somebody's whole platform basically got destroyed because of how somebody was trying to make them look, right? But so you can manipulate your audience, you can manipulate the media, but the type of evidence, the difference is the type of evidence that Hallie is presenting is to me, honestly, it's kind of solid. The only thing I'm side-eyeing her on is that chip tooth. The reason I'm side-eyeing her on it is because she did come out with a video previously where her tooth was already chipped, but it happened. The video that she shared, I believe it was like in January. And that was when she said that the altercation with her and DDG happened. Now, she initially took to the internet and said she chipped it eating food or something like that. But now she has a restraining order saying that he actually chipped it. So it could be possible that she just said that because she didn't want to throw him under the bus and she thought people would notice her chip too. So she blamed it on when she was eating. But it could be possible that that wasn't true and that he actually did it. So that's the only thing I'm kind of like, I don't know, Hallie. You're going to have to come clear that up probably. You know, I know legally they probably can't really speak on too much publicly, but that I'm not gonna lie, that part is I'm side eyeing the chip too. So we'll see what comes from that. Illuminati needs to shut up. He's supposed to this spiritual evolved individual, but now out of nowhere he supports abuse. I have to go look at his y'all. I've never even heard of him until today because I was reading up on some stuff and I saw that DDG shouted him out, so I tried to see who he was. But other than that, I don't know about any history that they have. So if they have like prior beef and he's been calling Hallie out or whatever, then I don't know. But I just found it to be highly passive aggressive for him. And I know I guess they're trying to get rid of their beef, but I just found it to be passive aggressive for him to shout him out during this time, you know, whatever. Nola Bunny, so nobody is tripping over his name. People need to read all the court docs. She only documents current incidents since January. All his friends are talking about stuff that may or may not have happened when they were together. Okay. Let's finish listening to
and just kick it with the that's so Illuminati. But that really been like I be seeing the little clips and I be like, man, this is real. And I know he a real
y'all.
Now he a real nigga. Like y'all see what I'm saying?
Because he's from Michigan. You know what I'm saying?
I told y'all.
Where is DDG from? I know is he from Grand Rapids or is he from Detroit?
From the same area, kinda.
Shout out my nigga So.
A lot of content creators been just, you know, really siding with me. And I know this is like, you know, this, you know, it's kind of it's a very, very touchy subject, but like,
you know what? I saw that video too, Deborah. I didn't really see. She didn't say in the video that I saw that she chipped her tooth eating food, but I have to find it. I have to find it, but there's like a post or something that she made where she said she chipped her tooth eating food. I have to find it. I can't find it. So hopefully another CC or something or blogger will find it and I can come back and talk about it. But she did say, you know what, Deborah B, I'm gonna keep that part out because I couldn't find it. So I'll just say she said she chipped her tooth. You're right. And she really didn't say how. On the video that I saw, she didn't really say how. No, she didn't. But there was another instance where she did state that she chipped her tooth eating food, and it could have been a different tooth. So you're right. You're right.
You know, to put your opinion out there in favor of me, and you know, we had like past situations.
Pretty much putting yourself out there on the line.
I done said some whole to that.
All right. Sent said I saw a video where she said she was nervous about going to the dentist because she chipped her tooth, but I don't recall how. And that video was in January. So that video was in January. And again, I'm not trying. Okay, he from Pontiac. Okay. I'm not trying to, for right now, I do believe Hallie. I'm just keeping it real. Now, if something else is presented, I'm not a biased blogger, so I'm not gonna ignore any evidence that DDG puts out just so that I can make Hallie look good. I'm not gonna do that. So if he comes out after legally he's able to speak on some things or contest some things, then I'm definitely going to present his evidence and I'm gonna put it up against her evidence, and we're gonna talk about who has the stronger case here. But for right now, I have to be honest, I do believe her. And so we'll see. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of side-eyeing the tooth thing. And the reason why I'm side-eyeing the tooth situation is, and I could be wrong, but slamming somebody's face into a steering wheel is, that sounds pretty severe. And in the picture that she took, I'm just shocked that there was no other, like a fat lip or a bruised face or anything like that. So I'm taking all of that into consideration. Normally, if you chip your tooth on your own because you're eating something or because you do something that cause trauma to your tooth and it chips a little bit, typically there won't be any outside damage to your face. But if your tooth is chipped from your head being slammed into a steering wheel, not only will your tooth be chipped, but you'll also see some bruising. And I didn't see any bruising. Now, I will say I was kind of suspicious about that. Now that's one thing that I'll say that was weird to me about her. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Okay, let me stop sharing this. So, like I said, typically, like, you know, there would be like, you know, some trauma to the face. Now, I did consider that. You know what I mean? I definitely considered that. You don't see, and I'm gonna consider that when, you know, as this, you know, story, you know, goes along. I don't see any bruising. She's fairly light, so you should be able to. So she should bruise fairly easily, especially with something that's traumatic. If somebody slammed your head hard enough into a steering wheel and to chip your tooth, you would think there would be like a fat lip, a cut lip, or your mouth bleeding, or bruises around this area, or maybe even trauma to the nose or something. You know what I mean? So that is kind of weird. Gotta say that is a little weird. but for right now, I gotta take what has been presented and the fact that she was granted her order. But as time goes on, after DDG does speak, because I do believe that he eventually is going to address this. I don't think he has a choice. He has to address this. But after he's able to address it, I am going to take this picture into consideration if it turns out that she's not telling the truth. Once again, if she's not telling the truth, I told y'all what was going to happen. I'm going to drag her by her mermaid tail. Now just stay tuned, because that is what's going to happen if I find out that she lied. And that's just what it is. Sweet girl, Little Mermaid or not, she going to get drugged over here if she lied. That's just a fact. Okay, so but for right now, we don't have the evidence that she did. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and log out. Thank you to anybody that is a new sub to my channel. Thank you for watching me. If you supported me monetarily via Cash App, Super Sticker, or Super Chat, I appreciate you guys tons, a bunch. And make sure that y'all go ahead and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of the next time that I live stream or the next time that I post content. Also, remember, if you guys want to, I also have another channel. This right here is the Upper Echelon, the Great Debater. Then I have another channel that I dropped earlier in the chat, but it's called Upper Echelon, the Great Debater Reaction Channel. And you can find that by typing in @Upper Reloaded, and then you will find that channel as well. And I am also very active on that channel. So thank you guys a lot. I'll be back probably tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening with a different topic. If anything happens with this story, I'll be back with this topic. As far as my followers for the LaTruth saga, I will definitely be back tomorrow talking about the LaTruth saga, the custody issues, and my opinion on that. All right, y'all. Peace. Damn. I thought I was done. I had to come back. Okay, somebody said they sent something to my inbox. I'm sorry, y'all, but I had to come back because I gotta play this. I have to see Okay, let's see, y'all. One of my supporters, Miss I'm Chosen, sent this to my inbox. So let's play it. Let's see if we're gonna have to eventually start dragging the mermaid by her mermaid tail, y'all. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Thank you, I'm Chosen. Let's play this real quick before I end the live. Okay, hold on. Let's see what Miss Hallie is talking about.
And I'm just a little bit nervous, guys. Like, I've always been a little scared of the dentist, but I'm going for my regular cleaning, and also because I chipped my tooth, and I'm just a little nervous. It's been like, I know you're supposed to go like every 6 months, I think. It's been like a good.
Now, in this video, I'm gonna stop it here. Okay, she did just say I chipped my tooth. She did say that. So let's continue.
Since before Halo, so I'm a little nervous. And
she said she hasn't been to the dentist since before Halo. She said she chipped her tooth.
I just don't want my teeth to be too sensitive. So we're gonna see how this goes. Good morning, everybody. So I started my day. A good start off to the day so far. And I'm at a supercharger right now, charging my car, but I have to go to the dentist, and I haven't been in a really long time. And I'm just a little bit nervous, guys. Like, I've always been a little scared of the dentist, but I'm going for my regular cleaning, and also because I chipped my tooth, and I'm just a little nervous. It's been like.
Now, she does say that she chipped her tooth. Now, what I will say is that, okay, I'm going to end this in a minute, y'all, because I got to go. But what I will say about this, because I did see this already. I saw this one. What I will say about that is I did consider the fact that it's possible that she did chip her tooth before and got it fixed. So normally because I've had a small chip like that before, they usually fill it in or whatever. It's possible if any trauma did happen to her mouth again, that filling came off and re-chipped her tooth. So we have to take that into consideration as well. Not giving her any excuses, but that is a possibility. And just like in a courtroom of law, anytime there is a possibility or anytime there's room for doubt, then you have to take it into consideration. Okay, so there's room for doubt there. It's possible that she had a chipped tooth, got it fixed, and it's possible that if her head was slammed to the steering wheel or any other trauma was caused, it could be that tooth was re-chipped. Okay. Susan said, consider bruising can take 24 hours of an injury, often starting as red, then turning black, purple, blue. What am I saying? Blue, purple, and black within the next day or two. Can take 5 to 7 days to fade away. That's true. All right, you guys. Thanks again. I had to come back because I'm Chosen did send that to me, and I wanted to play it just for reference because I hadn't pulled it up. So thank you for that. I'm Chosen. All right, y'all. Peace.